Hey everyone, welcome to Physics Parikrama. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to start a new topic, work power energy on mechanics. I will solve numericals and will explain each and every steps so that you can easily deal with them in JEE Main or NEET or WBJEE or any other competitive exams. So let's get started. So first start with a simple one. We have said, first read the question. A particle move with a velocity that meter per second under the influence of a constant force F vector is equals to that. The instantaneous power applied to the particle is what? So what we have said that we have said F vector equals to 10 I cap plus 10 j cap plus 20 k cap and v vector equals to 5 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 6 k cap. Now we all know that the formula instantaneous power equals to F dot V. So put the values. Minus 30 plus 120. Let's check. Yes, 120 is equals to 140 joule per second. So check the options. Option C is correct. Now first read the question. The average human heart forces 4 liters of blood per minute through the arteries, a pressure of 125 millimeter. If the density of the blood is 1.03 into 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube, then the power of the heart is. A very good question. That types of problem usually came in competitive exams. So listen and focus in this problem very carefully. So what we have know from the previous problem, we know power is equals to F into V. That we have know. Now let's look a example or a figure. This is the arteries. Okay, its area let's A and the blood is moving with velocity V. Blood velocity equals to V. So in 1 second the blood will move V meter. As this is V meter per second, that means what? In 1 second the blood will move V meter. So the area is A and in 1 second it goes V meter. So we can have the volume crossed in 1 second equals to A into V. Hope I can clear this. So this is the volume per unit time. We can also write it like that, d capital V by dt. Here V, capital V is the volume, equals to A into small v. Okay, or A equals to what? 1 by V dV by dt. Okay, now power is equals to F into V. Now we know that force is equals, we all know pressure is equals to force by area. We all know that. So force is equals to pressure into area into V. Okay, Now pressure equals to, we all know that formula, rho gh, where rho is the velocity, rho is the density of blood. Okay, rho gh. Now put the value of A from that 1 by V, d capital V by dt into small v. Okay, so here V cancels out. We have finally found what is power equals to rho gh dV by dt. Now we have given our question what is rho. Rho is that, so put 1.03 into 10 to the power 3 into g. G is the gravitational acceleration, 9.8 meter per second square, into h. H we have said what is h, 125 millimeter. Okay, so 125, convert it into meter, so 10 to the power minus 3 into dV. Now look what we have said, 4 liter of blood per minute. So the dV will be 4 liter. So 4 liter, we know 1 liter is equals to 1 decimeter cube. So convert it into meter cube, 10 to the power minus 3 by dt in 1 minute. So this is 60 seconds. So from here we can have 84.117 into 10 to the power minus 3 joule per second. So this is the answer. No, we have to find answer in horsepower. Okay, so we know 1 horsepower equals to 745 joule per second. So we have joules per second, that, so 8.117 into 10 to the power minus 3 joules per second is equals to by 745. That means it becomes 112.76 into 10 to the power minus 6 horsepower. So option A is correct. So first read the question. The power supplied by a force acting on a particle moving in a straight line is constant. So power is constant. The velocity of the particle varies with the displacement x. So we have to know what is the relation between velocity and x. Okay, so let's get started. We have the information only, p is equals to constant. Let's this constant is equals to k. Okay, so force into velocity is equals to k, or m, force is equals to, we know, m dv by dt into v is equals to k. Now see, we have to find out the relation between v and x, so we have to eliminate dt. So let's eliminate that. We can write that like this, dx by dt, okay, into v is equals to k. We can write it like that. So what is dx by dt? It is basically v. Okay, so m v square into dv by dx is equals to k. So that is v square dv is equals to k by m into dx. Now integrate both side. Integrate both side. So that becomes v cube by 3 is equals to k by m into x plus any constant, integration constant. So v is equals to 3k by v cube is equals to 3k by mx plus c. Okay, and that is basically v proportional to x to the power 1 by 3. So option D is correct. Now next problem. An elastic string of unstretched length L and force constant K is stretched by a small length x. It is further stretched by another small length y. The work done in the second stretching is. Okay. So first visualize this problem. This is a fixed support, the spring with natural length L. Now first I stretch the string and it becomes like the extra length is x. Okay, I stretched it and it becomes the total length L plus x plus y. Okay, so what is the work done in second stretching? Now we know what is basically work done on a system or work by a system. What is the work basically? So work is nothing, work by or upon a system is nothing but the energy difference of the final and previous state of the system. So work done is the energy difference basically. So we have to find what is the work done in second stretching. So if we have the energy in first stretching, after the first stretching, and if we calculate the energy after the second stretching, then we can easily have the work done in second stretching. So this is B and this is A. Here so we have said that the energy difference between the final and previous state. So final state let's B and previous state is A. So UB defines the energy after the second stretching. Energy after second stretching and UA energy before second stretching. So what is the work done? Work done is equals to UB minus UA. Now energy after the second stretching, here the stretched length of the spring is L plus x plus y, and in A position the stretched length is L plus x. So UB is equals to half K, the change in length. Change in length is what? L plus x plus y minus L whole square plus half K into the change in length square, so L plus x minus L whole square. So what it becomes? Half K x plus y square minus x square. So work is equals to half K into 2xy plus y square. So option D is correct. First read the question. A particle of mass m is moving in circular path of constant radius r such that its centripetal acceleration AC is varying with time t as AC is equals to k square r t square. The power is equals to what? Okay, we have the relation AC is the centripetal acceleration is equals to k square r t square. Okay, so we all know AC, the centripetal acceleration, is equals to v square by r. Okay, where r is the radius and v is the velocity. So we can write v square by r is equals to k square r t square. So v becomes k r t. Okay, we have the relation v and t. So we have to find power. So let's find the acceleration. Acceleration is equals to dv by dt. Now see, we have the acceleration which is the centripetal acceleration, but we want to find out the linear acceleration. Okay, so we have the linear acceleration term dv by dt. So d dt of k r t, so it becomes k into r. Okay, so power is equals to force into velocity. So force is equals to mass into acceleration into v. So mass into k into r into k into r into t. So that becomes m k square r square into t. So option B is the right answer. Hey buddies, that's it for today, and please stay tuned for lecture 2. If you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe Physics Parikrama, and if you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and comment. Till then, tata, bye bye.